Welcome once again back to the Tate Depot. If this is your first time checking this out, basically what this is a layout that is at the old L&N Railroad Station in Tate, Georgia, right across from the Georgia Northeastern Depot, actually. And the Tate Depot Society has actually purchased this location and has put two rather large layouts in here. There's a HO layout that we're checking out right now. And there's an N-scale layout. Unfortunately, as of recording, which was the third Saturday in June, unfortunately, the N-scale layout was down. Hopefully, it'll be back up here very shortly. For those that are unanointed, this is an open house. The third Saturday of every month, in fact, coming up next week will be the third Saturday in July, and it will be open once again for people to come check out from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Very cool location, and it's, I won't say a scale model, but a very awesome representation of Atlanta and the North Georgia area. Now, right now we are looking at the Vinings area, and you can see this beautiful rail depot here that actually has a couple staging yards. It could also lead into the back staging area, which we'll check out later. And there is a helix that will take you up to the second level, but today we are only running on the upper level and the lower level independently. Now, this area back here is really interesting. Initially, this layout was made for someone in their basement, and it was a set size. The Tate Depot Society is actually going to be expanding this layout. They got this little area here that kind of goes around a viewing area. It's really interesting too, as you'll see here in a moment. There's a tunnel you can actually pass under the layout. You can come up into a little viewing area, mostly for kids, and the rails will actually circumnavigate the whole thing. It's really interesting. Now, what you're seeing here is essentially a demo of what that layout is going to look like. They've already started laying tracks. We're testing out some of the trains, and we've got a pretty good idea of what the final layout is going to look like. And this is going to replace all of that missing area in the back of the layout. Very, very cool. And as you can see here, we already have things running on it. This is currently under DC, not DCC. But it's an excellent representation of how this is going to function, how this is going to look once it's actually in the new room. Now, of course, this is a top-down view of the roundhouse area. There's no roundhouse in North Georgia, at least not that I'm aware of, especially not in the area that we're modeling, but it is very cool nevertheless. And here you get to see some of the inner workings, the tracks that are kind of going around the inside, things you don't normally see. All this is actually kind of exposed in the rear, and it's all very, very cool to see. Here's the tunnel, just pass underneath. We're actually leaving right now, going out into the main area of the layout floor, but you could pass in there and under there and through there to see all different forms of the layout. And you can see back there, there's just kind of a pathway. Mostly, it's like I said, it's mostly for kids. As you can no doubt tell, this is a family-friendly environment, and as you'll see here in a moment, there is a scavenger hunt with all sorts of nifty things hidden around the layout, and the scavenger hunt changes up all the time. Just all kinds of strange and funny things that they've hidden in the layout that are genuinely amusing. And here we've got a man with his foot in a barrel, and we needed that for our checklist, so just an excellent representation of what I was telling you before. Just another aerial view of the area that's under construction, and just a neat way to see how this is going to evolve over time. Obviously, the Tate Depot Railroad Society puts a lot of love into this layout. For those of you wondering, this is block section. You will actually notice sometimes that the signals will change red, yellow, and green. So if a train gets onto a section that's not clear, the train will cut off to prevent any kind of unfortunate mishaps. But like I said, a lot of technology in this, and it's very interesting to watch. Was able to get an interesting backstage look today on some of the things that they're working on, and you notice that there's some beautiful Georgia Northeastern locomotives here. Both of these are designed after actual locomotives that run on Georgia Northeastern, as well as some of these other miscellaneous locomotives that they have just for various purposes. Some of these run, some of these may not run yet or need repairs or whatever, but here's the main yard in the back where they could stage everything and send it out onto the main layout, and everything can be staged here and sent out as needed. Now this is our N-scale layout, and unfortunately this is currently under construction, or under repairs I guess I should say. This was a pre-made layout, but unfortunately due to the humidity and the change in temperatures, things have shifted. It's just the way it works. It was initially a modular layout, and obviously that comes with its own difficulties. It is currently being retracked and reworked, so I can't show you any trains running on it today, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and I just don't feel like a tour of the facility would be right without just a first-hand look at the N-scale layout as well. And what you see here is a model, I guess, ish, of the Tate Marble Quarry. It's not a perfect representation, but it's a really good representation. And you'll see some of the marble laying around the tracks back there. That actually does happen from time to time. And the Georgia Northeastern actually does work that line, which is really interesting. Now, some of this is based on real actual locations, and some of this is just kind of made up for I guess, the fun of it. But nevertheless, a lot of work and a lot of dedication went into this, and it is a beautiful, gorgeous layout, and one that I hope you come witness firsthand. Once again, the third Saturday of every month, it is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Tate, Georgia, right there downtown at the old L&N Railroad Depot. Come check it out. You can also check out the Tate Depot Model Railroad Society on Facebook and at their website as well, which link will be in the description down below. Thank you all very much, and I hope to see you there.